Hi, I'm Peter Chang. I'm currently a university student at Pratt Institute in New York, and I'm also an intern at VIA. And my job is to design the AI learning kit for the car shell.
Okay, so Peter, do you mind telling us a little bit about our VIA AI learning kit?
Yeah, it's a DIY toy car for kids to learn about AI. Yeah.
Okay, so Peter, do you mind telling us about the purpose of the shell and its design?
The purpose of the shell is to inspire kids about the futuristic car, and it fits into the concept of AI.
So what was your contribution to this design and the kit in general?
My contribution is almost everything. I need to do the brainstorm, design, product management, and also 3D print. Yeah.
Okay, so Peter, how did you approach this design initially?
The car is supposed to be futuristic, imaginary, and even conceptual. So I'm trying to make the car as unique as possible. Yeah.
So Peter, what design principle did you apply to this car kit?
There are two design principles. First is I use our logo, and based on the logo, I try to modify the shape as close to our logos as possible, so that we can have an even deeper connection between our first design car and our actual logo. And the second one is golden ratio. By modifying the curve point closer to the golden ratio, it makes the car visual more satisfying. Yeah, and those are the two main principles that I apply on this car.
What is the important decision that you had to make during this process? I know that it was really hard for you. For example, the kit was too high, so do you mind explaining?
Yeah, I need to stretch the length of the wheel to even longer, because the original ratio and proportion is too narrow and too short, and it's very hard to design a shell like that. So I made a very risky decision, which I kind of redesigned the chassis of the original car again. Which the one you see right now is already a modified version, and so it fit the overall ratio better and it's better looking. But at the beginning, we didn't know what's going to happen if we stretch the wheel into further away.
What are other challenges that you faced during this process?
One of the biggest challenges is that I need to make sure every curve point is accurate. If any curve point or any curves are wrong, I need to remodify and redraw the whole model again. And also, when I first submit the file to the 3D print company, they say it is too complicated. So I'm trying to simplify, but not cutting out my design. Yeah, and we need to make the whole design and the file more 3D print compatible. Yeah, and that's the harder part of designing the shell.
What have you learned during this process?
So I've learned to cooperate with many different departments. I will need to reach to departments like engineering and marketing and R&D to help ask them to help me with the whole design, and maybe even get some of the information for the original car design. But overall, I learned cooperation and how to talk to people efficiently.
Okay, thank you for talking to us.
Thank you.
Yeah.